Three, two, one. Alright, so we're out in the sun today and the wind, and we're playing Living End versus Death Shadow. Welcome in, much love, Trav here. By the way, again, there's going to be a little bit of wind. I don't care. I do care, but the sun's out. That's a rare thing here. I need to soak it up. Opportunity windows closed. You have to take advantage when you see something that's not going to last. So this is not going to last. I'm in the sun right now. We're up against Mitchapalooza. I reached out on Twitter, said, "Yo, I want to test exclusively against Death Shadow. Who has it? I want to test versus Jun Shadow. I want to test versus um, Grixis Shadow. Can you help out?" And he said, "Yep, let's do it." So I'm not necessarily going to put up all of it, but I'm going to show you some of it. Traverse. Okay, this is very beatable hand so far. No turn one discard, not a whole lot of life payment. I'm gonna cycle that one. I hate drawing Leyline turn one. Pretty fucking annoying. Demonic Dread. Okay, we are missing a black or a red in order to Demonic Dread. But otherwise, we're good. Although I think we can expect to see some discard. It's probably fine for him to wait till turn two to play his discard. Because interesting. Maybe he doesn't have discard this game. Okay. How good can that hand be? Maybe just a bunch of pushes and tar fires. I don't know Mitch's skill level. Maybe he's very good, maybe he's not very good. Pale Recluse. I wouldn't mind Demonic Dreading, well we can, but uh, it doesn't really seem like... Get an Overgrown Tomb here. It doesn't really seem like we have a target. So we're going to have to hope he plays a creature before a discard, or we draw a Captured Sunlight, or a whatever before this game ends. So there's another Demonic Dread. I don't hate it. Don't have Outburst. Not going to act like we do when life is very important. Throw it down. And got message. Cheers. I don't know our opponent's skill level. Tarfire, I'm going to ask. Because the difference between a good Shadow player and a poor Shadow player is huge. So maybe I'm going to organize with Adam Yurchik and play. Alright, there's a Traverse. So there is Delirium. I can get to 12 here anyways. Right. But you don't want a 1/1 Shadow. I don't know. It's hard to say. Alright, there's a Goyf. So now things are interesting where we could Demonic Dread. There's a Captured Sunlight. I feel very safe in my position. No, I shouldn't feel safe in my position. We should Captured Sunlight. We should Captured Sunlight. I don't feel safe in my position. Go up to 18 here. I don't feel safe in my position because of Tamir Battle Rage. And Leyline's not adding a ton right now. Grove of the Burnwillows could be an insane top deck. Liliana, alright, well, we win this game. Terrible, terrible draw from the other side. Although maybe I haven't seen this as like they have to draw. There's games they don't draw discard, and they just probably can't win those games. 6, 10. Okay, 1/1 Shadow. All right, they're not actually 100% dead. Very interesting. Very interesting position. So we could Demonic Dread that can't block, but it's irrelevant. We attack for 10, they go to 2. They can tame your battle rage. Says, yeah. Um, you're nowhere near dead. Right. If I attack with both, I think I have to attack with both. I think I have to attack with both. He's at 12. Let's shorten the game. I'd like to attack with just one, but he would be at 9 and he'd get an extra turn, which we can't afford to give. I'm going to leave mana up. Leyline is not doing anything right now. Also, the card Dryad Arbor, I wouldn't mind it. So, how can we lose? Tamer Battle Rage. I know they probably don't have any way to get rid of these Street Wraiths. Each player discards a card. I'll pitch a Living End. Okay. They pitch an Overgrown Tomb. Definitely block. Hope to not die. If Mitch had tar fired himself, then we would have won by now. Right. I don't want to crack the Verdant if not necessary. We can get a Swamp if we draw a 5 drop. Alright. So for sideboarding, again, I don't like Fulminators. Everything in their deck costs 1. All the action happens before it. I want Chewers for spell bombs, and I want another Captured Sunlight. And I do like the ley lines. If I'm bringing in Chewers, I can cut the Architects. And then maybe I have too many cards. I think I actually don't need the 4th Captured Sunlight. 3 ley lines seems like plenty. I don't necessarily want to draw a million of those. So, what's easier, Jun's Shadow or Grixis Shadow? Sun's still here. There's just a lone cloud in the sky. Yo, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Mic check, mic check. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I hope you like this content. I'm in extremely linear mode right now, where I'm totally obsessing over Magic cards to the exclusion of everything else. For better or for worse. Okay, I'm definitely keeping this hand. Mitch Mulligan. A lot can go wrong here. He could Thoughtseize Living End and then Surgical. I've seen it. Mulligans to 5. I haven't seen any mulligans from Death Shadow, and I think that's why I had been having a tougher time versus it. Alright, Street Wraith is good against us. Although I have planned for it. We have our Blackcleave Cliffs, so it looks like they're not going to be able to get their life down. And we've got a lot of living ends. So, I mean, they might have Nihil Spellbomb, although our draw doesn't even have Cycling. Thoughtseize. The plan works, though, of having a bunch of Cascaders. So we can cut the 4th Captured. Could be a 2nd Blood Moon. Could be a Slaughter Games. I don't really like Slaughter Games that much without Simian Spirit Guide, though, for Ad Nauseam. Could be a 4th Chewer, which I actually would want against Affinity. Okay, they have no cards. And they took our Land Cycler, which was smart, actually. We drew a 4th of these. I mean, this is pretty ugly. Goif. This is pretty ugly, really. 2nd Living End. I don't like this at all anymore. We don't even have that much time at this point. We just have to draw Cyclers. We have to draw Cyclers. Although, I don't care so much about losing the Twisted Abomination, because I would really strongly prefer to not have a Swamp in play this game. Nihil Spellbomb. Well, that sucks. Jungle Weaver. I would prefer to save it, but really need a land. Well, too many. Let's be real, the decks can be random. Magic can be random. Opponent went to 5. That was lucky for us. And it's unlucky that Our draw's so bad, but whatever. Land. And there's a ley line. We don't want to give them more delirium, so I'm going to pitch the third Demonic Dread. So, we only have one living end. We Demonic Dread. I don't like our odds. Have to go to a third game. This has been my experience. I've won almost every game 1 versus Death Shadow. In the last video I lost one, but it's a tough match. Nihil Spellbomb is a hard card. So I don't want to show our deck with Cascade. I think I'm going to concede. We can't. No, that's not true. We might be able to beat a Street Wraith that doesn't have Swamp Walk if we get a Stomping Ground. Although I don't think so. Like, we're nowhere near casting any creature, and we're down to our last living end. So I think I'm going to concede. Even if we outburst here, we're going to die to that Street Wraith. So I concede. Horrible draw. It is what it is. So we have our 3 Chewers. I think the 3 Sunlights is plenty. Again, I still don't like Fulminator. Everything costs 1. Would I like to have... Yeah, that was just random. I mean, this is the plan. I'm going to choose to draw first again. Drawing first was good there, right? That wasn't a race. I mean, it wasn't a race to develop the board. It was a race to draw cards, if anything. So, this is my plan. It makes sense. It's all about discard. It's an 8 rack mirror. 6 lands and a living end. Thank God for mulligans. And this is a ship. This is not very good either, but I'm not going to go down further. Twisted Abomination, we don't need another land. Hoping for... We haven't drawn Grove this match. Last game was just some bullshit that would lose to anything. But... Yes. Discard. Right, when you have a mirror match that's almost 100... You have a matchup that's almost 100% about discard. And very little about speed. Then... You want to be on the draw. Okay, no discard from them so far. No Nihil Spellbomb. Okay. See what's up here. Goyf. Okay, I'll grow your Goyf a little bit. There's a Grove. And another land. Some bullshit, man. Come on. I'm angry. I'm hangry. If we cycle Street Wraith and draw another land, I'm going to be hangry. Although right now there's no pressure. We've got Grove to stop the Death Shadow. We'll see if there's some discard. Or there's a Nihil Spellbomb. Okay. I'm happy to have the extra card, definitely. 12. Death Shadow. No, he sees the Grove. There's the Nihil Spellbomb, okay. There's a Death Shadow. So do we want to kill the Death Shadow? We can kill it on our turn. I'd like to just outburst for a Street Wraith. Outburst. Another land. This is why you have to play extra matches. So, here's interesting. We can kill this at any moment. I would like to outburst, but I also want the opponent to add something more to the board or throw off a discard spell. There's a bobble. Okay. And we can Grove. He can't respond to us killing his shadow. Oh, he can. Alright, I need to do it right now. Alright, I should have done that. I should have done that differently, for sure. Boom, Grove, tap, kill your Death Shadow. That's some sick tech. Alright, so basically do it before they can play a land, because you can't respond to them playing a land and cracking. Opponent missed it. I'm sure he won't be the only one who misses it. Didn't realize you can't respond to it. Yeah, well, I didn't realize you couldn't respond to that either. So why don't I outburst right now? Well, we could draw an Ingot Chewer. We could get more value. We have plenty of time. How many lands, man? We're only playing 20, which I realize is like a little bit, but it's not very many. It's not that many. So now could be the time to outburst, but I think I want to milk it more. More time, see if we can get an extra card. See if we can get more mana out. One of the ways to beat Nihil Spellbomb is just to save extra things to cycle more. There's another Goyf. So our window is closing. We could take one more hit maybe. Recluse. Okay, that's a good one actually. Oh, I played a swamp. That was bad. I should not have played a swamp. Should not have played a swamp. Now is probably the time to do it. Inquisition. Okay, now is definitely the time to do it. Green, red, 1, Violent Outburst. Cast Living End. This is some tech though, right? So they could Spellbomb or not Spellbomb. If they don't Spellbomb, then I'm just going to untap and start casting monsters. If they do Spellbomb, I'm going to cycle them. I don't really care either way. All I really care is that I played this swamp and how bad that was. What should our opponent do? I'm not sure. It's close. It depends what they're holding, if they have more ways to attack their life total. So we can respond. I guess I want to make them... I kind of want to make them Spellbomb. Would we rather have a 3/4 unblockable or a 4/5? We can probably just ignore. Okay, it's in play. That's the hope. Inquisition bricks. Try to race. Cast our Recluse. Surgical. Targeting. Living End. And they grow their shadow. That's a little bit of an issue because now, and another glyph. Yeah, it looks like we're going to lose because our Carabid has to attack. That's a good one. Alright, so Carabid has to attack. They could take the damage. I guess I probably should have. Okay. 4, 5. I kind of like getting the Recluse down. It's the best blocker. They have no cards left. And we're going to have a Twisted Abomination, which we'll be able to hang with the Goyf. Although they do have a lot of good top decks. They should definitely use their Spell Bomb. It's pretty dead at this point if we have no living ends. Okay. I hope they draw all Death Shadows till the game ends. Take the 5. Down to 6. Ingot Chewer, which I don't even want to play. Once we have one swamp in play, it doesn't matter. Alright, cast this. Save the Chewer. I don't even want to play it because it would remind him of his Nihil Spellbomb. Alright, we need to dodge life loss once. Okay, well there it is. Drawing the card. Here so much can go wrong. If there's no life loss over there, just Inquisitions, Death Shadows. That's what I'm hoping is just Death Shadows. And then we can get to a point where we just play creatures and have overwhelming board. I would bet you Tamer Battle Rage is not in that deck over there. Tarfiring himself. Okay. Inquisition is a brick. And opponent has no good attacks now. Probably. Another Death Shadow. And they're on top decks. So, double Grove. Yes. Yes. The Grove tech is working. Grove tech looks good right now. So we just sit them right at 13. Thoughtseize. It's decent. Keeps the Death Shadows alive for a turn. Gets rid of our Chewers. Although our build is doing what it's designed to do. Deadshot, okay. Green, red. I'm starting to feel good. We can get burned out. Although I think it was probably correct for them to Tarfire themselves when they did. Street Wraith. Come on, man. Brick just one time. Fetch. That's annoying. Are they gonna attack? No attacks. Okay. The more they don't attack, the better our position, but I guess they don't really have good attacks. Violent Outburst. Captured Sunlight is basically a brick unless we hit Demonic Dread and Outburst if we want to do that. Which maybe we do. I feel like being at 8 life is definitely safer. On the other hand, Captured Sunlight could actually win us the game on the next turn. So if there's a punt, it just happened. Did I not play a land that turn either? Should have. Nice. They're out of fetches. They're out of shocks in their deck. Yes, those groves are insane. 4. Let's go, baby. Are we gonna get there? It looks good for us. Yes, it looks great for us. Green, red, shadow's gone. White, captured sunlight. Demonic Dread can't block. And we've got extra life. And we've got Violent Outburst. Let's go! Let's fucking go. Wins the match, baby. Let's do it. That was awesome. That was insane, right? That was crazy. Okay, we're gonna do a couple more. Maybe just one more, but at least one more. Living End for San Antonio. Come on now. And the draw first, baby. That is technology, right? That is hot tech. That's how you do it. Okay. Best two of three, then Grixis. Okay, and we get to start with Leyline. Leyline is a good card in Living End because you generally care about their graveyard with Living End, and a lot of decks care about graveyard as well. So you get some free action off this. Yeah, yeah. I mean, how good is it in this matchup? He's like, fuck. Um, he's playing Traverse and Glyphs are the main things it's gonna do. And we have Grove. Okay. So Surgical is a thing. A mix of Surgicals and Spell Bombs. Thought sees us. Can take our Dread, and that's going to put us on top decks. But again, our deck's loaded with them by design. And Grove to keep Death Shadow off the table is going to be a big game. I've worked hard to have a decent Death Shadow matchup. That's for damn sure. I'm working hard to have a decent matchup. Yeah, might as well. Traverse is going to be offline. What do I want their life total to be? Basically high. Uh, we can cycle this. Maybe should have saved it to play around Inquisition. Double Groves, baby. So basically, Glyph is going to be small. Death Shadow is going to be small. We'll have it's game one, so we'll be able to make a massive graveyard, and eventually, ooh, Liliana. That's the card to be worried about, I suppose. Liliana. Oh, there's Glyph. Okay. Don't care about Glyph. Um, you can have more life. I think like my feeling is in this matchup, when in doubt, just more life. Swamp Cycle. So we don't have too much of a choice here. We're gonna have to have a swamp in play, and they're gonna be able to Street Wraith us. I'm gonna lay the swamp here so that we can outburst in response to some bullshit. I want to delay. Uh, I want to delay cascading as long as possible to get two cards. Might not have that option though. Each player discards a card. Discard the Blood Crypt. Maybe that was wrong. Although that signals we don't have the most time. Although they only have one card left, so we should be able to just play a few things. I think that's plenty of life. 13, 16. I don't think we need to make them go lower. Actually, we should until we can be sure about getting rid of that Liliana. Because you can always just attack them down to 14. It's harder to make them lose the life. It's harder to make them gain the life than make them lose the life. 15. Such weird tension in this matchup. Twisted Abomination. Okay, we can afford to wait one more turn. Actually, it's not even waiting one more turn. We can afford to discard our Twisted Abomination to Liliana, and then end of turn, Violent Outburst. And then we'd have 9. See what's just been discarded. Delay Line, a bunch of garbage. Dead Traverse, push. They pitch a Shadow. Presumably their last card is a Shadow. Okay, green, red, Outburst. Cast this. Yep. Sideboarding. Bring it back. I like the Chewers, I guess. We won despite Spellbomb previously. Maybe we want more top decks. Maybe we want Ley Lines and Sunlights. I don't mind the 4th Ley Line. The first one is really good. Second one is very poor though. I just feel like I like Architects, but if we're playing Chewers, we don't want Architects. And then Shriekmaw is decent in this matchup. It does kill Goyf. 4th captured, 4th Ley Line, 3rd Chewer. I think we want the Chewers, like that's the one thing I'm debating, but the plan makes sense. 4 Groves, 4 Cliffs, captured Sunlight, no land destruction this matchup. They have too many basics they can fetch for Blood Moon, and they can see it coming. See what he chooses. Chooses to play first. That's normal, but I believe it's incorrect in this matchup. So this hand, we can fetch in such a way that we don't have to have a swamp, potentially. Try to save the Street Wraith. Thoughtseize. Not going to cycle in response. Presumably, Mitch will take our Outburst or our Demonic Dread and leave us on, yeah. And then the next one will put us on top decks. Play a Verdant, which is most likely going to fetch a Stomping Ground to cycle the Deadshot. Again, I like to hold the Street Wraith as long as possible in this particular matchup. Okay, can go to 12. Looks like Mitch is a pretty decent draw this time around, better than some of the bullshit he's been seeing. Although no Street Wraith so far. Does he have Delirium? No, not yet. Death Shadow. It's a 1/1. Interesting. I don't want to pay the extra life, but I think it makes sense to Stomping Ground. Cycle this one. There's another Street Wraith, which is quite good draw. And Forest. Again, if the opponent shows a Street Wraith on this turn, we can dodge it. If they don't have another discard, I think the blue version is maybe a bit scarier. It's weird that he didn't fetch. Maybe he couldn't have. Okay. We could go to Forest, and then we could Pale Recluse for a Plains. And then, no, that was dumb. Now we're gonna have to take 2 extra damage. This is not a Demonic Dread. End of turn cycle. There might be a Surgical waiting for our Street Wraith. A cycle again. Overgrown. Would we rather Pale Recluse? It's not even an untapped land. I guess so. We'll get the Plains, but we're gonna have to take damage. So we could get burned out. Definitely fucked up this game. Just a little bit with the mana. I wouldn't mind waiting, but Sometimes you gotta go when you have a chance. I imagine he's held another more creatures in reserve. Yeah, the blue version's scarier because they have a lot more discard. They have more dig. They have the Serum Visions and Thought Scour and Snapcaster and Stubborn Denial. They often play fewer discard spells, but they essentially have more because their deck is smaller. Boom, boom, boom. So we win this game. That's the end of the video. We'll move on to Grixis Shadow. Grixis Shadow ends. I'm done with Magic for the day, and I'm actually pretty ready for San Antonio at that point. And then try to physically prepare and plan to have a good time on the trip. So Mitch is in the tank. Again, this is game 2. Oh, there's Delirium. 6-10 Tarmogoyf. That's a weird one. Does he have land, Death Shadow? That's weird. So if we draw a Demonic Dread, then we actually win on this turn. No, we win on this turn anyways. No, 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 we don't. He can block. Okay. And take 9. So we gotta push for 6. Swamp Walk. And then we have to put everything in front of the Goyf. Although, this deck's not good at killing Street Wraith. It takes the Kolaghan's command, puts a Tarfire. Thank you, Mitch. I don't know if you played the best. It's hard to look at your hand, but alright. We're gonna chat and chat. Grixis next. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy this content. Again, it's really linear, focused on specific Magic matchup. I'll try to mix in fun, loving stuff as well. So, yeah, but this still just shows you, like, if you want to win at Magic, you have to obsess. If you want to win a particular matchup, you have to work on that matchup. This is some hot fucking tech for that matchup. At first, I was losing a lot, but now I seem to be winning more. So let me know what you think in the comments. Much love. See you soon. Let me know what you think. Subscribe, share this shit. See you in the comments.